Gaffer, a 1-0 defeat here against Bristol City. What was your overall assessment of that one today?
Overall assessment is that it was a very tight game. We obviously had 75% possession without creating real clear chances with it. They're obviously a very deep defending side, very much based on counter-attack, but even more so today. It felt like it was all us, but we couldn't really make that count. We didn't play quick enough and play forward enough probably to really hurt them. And in the end, we get one shot on our goal and we lose the game 1-0. They break away, counter-attacking, and we don't sense the danger quick enough, and we concede a really, really poor goal.
The first half, once we got into the game, there was a lot to like, but probably just didn't have the goal maybe to show for our efforts in that final third.
Yeah, I think we did. We got into some good areas. We worked the ball fairly well. I think there's been a few that have flashed across goal that we've just got to be in there to tap it in and probably get more numbers in the box. But we couldn't quite get it. But again, I felt that as the game wore on, them gaps would get bigger. But then we just conceded just before half time, which is a really bad time to concede a goal. So it gives them a lift and a belief, and they just sort of hung on to that really for the whole second half, and we just couldn't quite open them up.
In the first half, was it just that final action that was just letting us down? There was a couple of times where Keshi got in on the left-hand edge of the box, Patrick got in on the right as well. It was just that final ball was lacking. Yeah,
definitely. I just think we probably just lacked that little bit of zip, that little bit of quality in the final third to really create a clear chance. But we got into the right areas often enough, but without turning that into a meaningful chance. So it's very frustrating because you sort of feel like the opposition haven't done a lot to win that match, but that can happen. That's if you don't take your chances or turn your possession into something more, then you're always at risk of a sucker punch and a goal conceded, which happened.
Probably wanted to get in at half-time goalless, but was the manner of the goal that we conceded disappointing from our point of view?
Yeah, like I just said, it was we had possession of the ball and they obviously broke away. We've been aware that their threat is mostly the counter-attack. They don't really have a lot of the ball and they just sit back and try and burst away, and it's just a simple pass. We don't sense the danger quick enough, and all of a sudden we're in a situation where it's 1v1 with our goalkeeper, and the guy takes it well, and we're 1-0 down. So it's one of the worst goals we've conceded this season, definitely.
Second half was pretty much defence against attack. What was the message at half-time? Was it a case of increasing the tempo a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think we needed to play a bit quicker. We needed to make more forward runs. We needed to play forward more and keep putting pressure on, and knowing that we will get chances as the game goes on. Once again, we finished strong like we've done in most of our games, but unfortunately we've got nothing to show for it because we couldn't. I think there was a chance for Damari, got a reasonable chance from a cross. Kyogo's had one that's bounced down to him in the box, another one that's been blocked by Linden, I think, accidentally. So we had the moments again, but without having the sort of real quality to punish them.
Is that probably the most disappointing aspect of the afternoon, that we haven't really tested the goalkeeper as much for all that possession?
Definitely, yeah. We've had all that, and he's not had to make amazing saves to keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, I mean, it's. I think if they don't get that goal, obviously their goal, then they're 0-0 and they're the home team. There's a little bit more of an onus on them to come out, but it gives them something to hang on to, and they just, that's what they do. They defend deep and hang on and obviously try and break away, and it worked for them today.
Made a triple change on the hour mark. Was that to just bring something different, inject some fresh legs into the attack? Yeah,
I think Damari wasn't quite right to start the match. He's been carrying a slight knock since the game on Tuesday, so we were hopefully he could give us half an hour off the bench, which he managed to do. But I wanted a bit of freshness, which I think they had. The players that came on, a little bit more zip, put on another couple of strikers late on to keep forcing the issue, but again, unfortunately we couldn't create the openings.
Got 2 home games now in a row, back to back, with a chance to hopefully get back to winning ways next week.
Yeah, exactly. 2 home games. I think we've had 7 away games, 5 at home. So these are the 2 that take us to 7 and 7. And we are typically strong at home, and we've just got to try and use this as motivation to recover. It's been a long week, but recover from it and really push on in front of our home fans for 2 important home matches.
That's good.